never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the
put our lives on the line with this perpetual grind. All this hard work gon' pay off. I mean, objective is to free minds. We don't like to waste time. We don't ever show off. We rather move in silence. My people about to take off. So we gotta be united. Self-realization was a must for me. I'm so in tune with myself, I never skip a beat. I meditate every day so I can keep my peace. That if you look into my soul, I promise you will see the creator chilling, sitting on his throne, yeah. Oh, you heard me right, my body is his home, yeah. Hey, I'm a God, can't nobody tell me different.
Glory to God. Glory!
Yay! Are y'all here for it tonight?
That's that real praise. In his presence, I'm feeling real brave. I'm his son that shine without rays. His power is active, it's time to engage.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making me. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long. I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
We will shut shit down. Okay, I'm gonna pop myself on the screen, y'all. Blessings. I still got these damn headphones on, okay? I'm working on the sound. I love you guys. Bear with me. You already know I like to be on the screen cracking jokes and doing things. Tonight I have an action-packed live for the audience. I love the Grace Levi family. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. What we're going to do, we started a little early because I came across a video and I want to send a shout out to a content creator. And we're going to react to this content creator video that he just released before we get into the actual subject matter. Okay, so everybody, I just want to give you a heads up. You may not be able to be here for the full 3 hours. This is going to be about a 3-hour live, and I'm going to break it down. What we're going to go into today, we're going to do a reaction to this content creator. I'm going to put him, I think it's called Dolton Documentaries. If you haven't heard about this YouTube page, check him out. I don't know this person, but you know, he has good content, and it's a video that he released today that I want to react to because it has something directly to do with Dolton Township. Okay, so that's what we're going to start off with today, and then we're going to get into some details. So you know, I have been doing some research, right? And I've been researching the Illinois Police Code of Conduct. Excuse me, guys, a drink of coffee. All right, Code of Conduct, as well as I came across a very important, how can I say, publication. This publication is set forward to guide the police in Illinois in their behaviors, conduct, the law and how they enforce it. So we're going to use some key elements from that actual documentary that officers in Illinois are supposed to abide by and what they're supposed to study before they go get accredited. We have that for you. And then we're going to go into the Miss Dukes lawsuit, as well as we're going to go into Thrasher lawsuit. So it's going to be a pretty long live. And no, I don't have AI, so we're going to get to it. It's going to be me getting into everything. So we have a pretty exciting night. So that's why I started a little bit early. Now, let me see, can I get to this short little documentary that Dolton documentary has put out today. Okay, they get just as much views as us, so please go over there and check them out. I don't know if you know about their page, but you know they're putting out good content, and this one caught my eye. You see the title? Thornton Township employee arrested with illegal GUN and marijuana in government vehicle. This is in 2023. So we're going to watch this, probably speed it up a little bit so we can get through this fast. But this actually came across my timeline just a little while ago. So I'm like, oh snap, why not share this with the family? Share the love, go over there and check them out, see what they're working with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look what they got. Look at this. This shit is amazing. So if you want to see this without my commentary, go and check it out. I'm going to put their information in the description.
Man, I know y'all not sitting here and smoke.
I'm ready to put myself on the screen for this one.
I'm not even relaxed right now, all right? I'm being right trying to
They just ran down on me.
I don't have nothing on me. I work for this.
Oh, you heard him. He said, I don't have nothing on me. I work for Thornton. Let's finish listening.
Don't matter. Don't let it step out. Anything in this car you should now. Before we get going. Anything in this car.
They turned up.
What a gun.
Oh my God. Y'all know this is Thornton Township vehicle? They turned up in this. Let's keep watching.
Right now, you're going down. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, shit.
I know you put it down. I didn't see that one. Put it out. It's a bag of weed. No, you can't call nobody right now. Man, one more time. Where do you put this gun? Where do you put the gun? Right there. I'll get my phone. No. Interaction, turn on some other shit. I didn't even know y'all got. I told you I got a little weed. I'll get my phone.
Yeah, this started off turned up. Like this was straight to jump out boys. Like, no, they not out there smoking weed.
Trying to get
Well, wait, isn't it? Well, marijuana is legal, right, in Illinois, right? But the gun is not. But I was like, yeah, right? I just wanted to clarify that.
You just so nice. What part? No, you cannot do nothing right now, man. You can't do nothing.
Look at that. Whoop. That's not legal.
Look over there, but wait. Buddy, that. Looking for the rest of and they let y'all smoke in these vehicles, man. They let y'all have weed in these cars? I know they don't. No, y'all got a magazine in the vehicle. They let y'all do that? What? A gun clip. Brother, you can't get shit right now, man. Nothing at all.
Now,
nothing.
I just want to stop here because this highlights exactly what I've been talking about. I know there's some underlying crime going on in Dolton that's a serious problem. And that's one of the things that I do want the general public and the residents to actually address. These are one of the things that y'all need to pay attention to in the middle of this election too, because there's actually crime. Even though we know the police is allegedly committing crimes, there is things going on, and there's some corruption allegedly going on in the government. And we've been following for months. But here you said it's all clickbait. This is clickbait, okay? Let's finish watching.
You keep asking me, man. No.
I ain't getting no. All
right, don't worry. It's okay?
That's why you asked my lady for it. And you put my magnum on me? Bro, I got the video, bro. So fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even have no weed enough for real, mister. What's your name, bro? You can take my weed. Wait. For weed. Bro.
Bad.
Listen,
I'm trying to change my picture.
All I'm saying is for what though? Bro, all I didn't have, bro, this is my job. I work for
Oh, who is getting arrested?
Okay.
All right. So this is a worker from Thornton. This is in, let me just go into the description just a little bit. This is the body cam footage of two Thornton Township employees, Joshua Pittman and Douglas Slayton, arrested last year, May 2023, for possession of unregistered firearm and marijuana in the township vehicle during the working day. Pittman made a big scene during the arrest and was most likely attempting to distract the detective from finding the unregistered Glock semi-automatic handgun and extended magazine that he had hidden under the seat of the vehicle. That's what we're watching. Shout out to Dolton Documentary for obtaining this video. So this is just like an improv. This is the underlying things that's going on out there that the residents really need to pay attention to as well, because they're saying it's the general public, but this is actually a worker under Henyard's tension.
Because he just made me mad, somebody gonna take me for weed. What you just say?
You just repeated what I just said.
Where you go? You not telling me for what though? Just a weed that I bought with my work check? Could you let me go, please? I'm trying to talk to Mr. Muhammad, bro.
Yeah.
What did I do? I just had some. I'm working. Call Mr. B, bro. Bro, you.
Stop it. Hey, man.
Bro, I'm working the job, bro.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, y'all.
I'm just trying to go back to
You
work,
cut
bro.
up.
I'm just trying to go.
No, you're not.
Man, I didn't do nothing. I just had a little weed, y'all check me, bro. Bro, Mr. Mom, you gonna let him take. Bro, y'all, what did I have? Some weed. Could you let my arm go? Please, I'm trying to go.
I'm taking my
Where's your
phone.
phone? Sir. Where's your phone?
He revoked his boyfriend and he's coming back here suspended.
Right, just on the seat. Bro,
What the hell? I'm done. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm done.
I can't move, bro. This shit ripping my arm. Bro.
Wow.
Mr. Mom, you doing what though?
I'm in shock.
Tell me what am I doing on body cam? Bro, I'm not. What am I?
You got it.
No, I'm not falling for this time. This ain't police brutality. We're going to talk about police brutality coming up. A fucking fool. Because he's in the township car vehicle with guns and butter. Wait, let me get myself on the screen while I say guns and butter of the Tiffany Henyard. Okay, this is what we're showing you. This is in 2023. What type of people is she hiring? Okay, we know that 420 marijuana is something that is legal in a lot of states. They're doing things with it, so we can't really be so biased about that type of thing. But even if you do indulge in that type of stuff, you're not going to bring it to work. You're going to have self-control, and you're not going to have a Glock in a car. What the hell do you need a Glock in the car in a Thornton Township van? What's going on? Now, y'all know I'm going to be real. This right here, this ain't police brutality. This is some straight Tiffany Henyard bullshit. Let's go. This is ridiculous. This is the world dumbest criminals. This is what this shit should be. The world dumbest criminals. Yeah, I should have saw how he just walked up on them and they just out there in the open smoking weed and out there in the Thornton truck. No, they deserve this. Let's go.
So we looking at
Bro, what is they talking about?
His arm broken.
Dude, why is y'all taking me?
To jail.
Mr. Muhammad. Bro, listen to me. My phone is shit. Could you pick my phone up and stuff? Bro, you heard me. You heard my arm is going to really break.
He resisting arrest. That's resisting arrest, y'all. I'm not just keeping it real. He resisting, like he pulling away from the police. They could just snatch his feet under and body slam him. Now, I know, I understand. That's why you don't do certain things to provoke them, especially reading this handbook. It's going to teach you that they got some loopholes that we're going to go into, possibly not tonight. We're going to see what I got. That kind of get an authority to kind of like flare up on you, but they still supposed to have some type of dignity and, control over their behavior. So I'm going to keep it real. I don't see police brutality. I see somebody who got caught at their job, smoking weed, where they at? Acting stupid. Let's go.
Calm down. Okay, I'm trying to put my shoe on. Stop. But y'all listen to me. I'm asking y'all a simple question.
Oh my God.
Mr. Muhammad, could you answer what am I going? Cannabis?
yes, please stop this.
Can I tell you something though? Please look me in my Please look me in my ass, Mr. Muhammad. Bro, I wasn't selling, it was smoking.
Don't matter, man.
It was for smoking
Wait,
purposes.
isn't it legal? Hold up.
Put your shoe on, man.
Wait, isn't it legal though? Isn't it legal in Illinois? Right, y'all?
I'm gonna have an anxiety attack. Stop, bro. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all I'm having an attack. Please help me. I'm trying to. Stop. I'm trying to.
Yo, he done passed out on the floor. I'm done. Yo, he passed out like, oh no.
Just calm down, y'all.
I'm over
There's
this.
really no reason for you to do this. I'm telling y'all, I have anxiety, bro. I'm telling you.
The cop like, it's no even reason for you to do this. This is a whole misdemeanor. Listen, I gotta side with the cops on this one. His boy right there just standing there like, I don't know this nigga. I'm gonna mind my business. Like, he ain't even looking over, not in concern at all. Not at all.
I have anxiety, bro. Hold on, bro. Get up, bro. I don't have no money to get out of jail, bro. I don't have no money, bro. Please just leave me be. I'm begging y'all. Just let me go back to work. Just let me go back to work. Take my book back, everything. I'm begging you. Just let me go back to work. I don't have no. I got a daughter, bro. She on the way. Look at my phone. I don't have no money to get out of jail, bro. I just got out of jail. Look at me. In my ass, I didn't have nothing but a little weed. Calm down, relax. You said you were buying it, so calm down. I didn't say I bought it right now, though.
Somebody said that he acting like they stabbed him.
My arm is killing me, bro. Well, I'm telling you, I can't move, bro. You really broke my fucking hand, Mr. Camaro, bro. All I'm telling you, I didn't do nothing. Somebody can I call my BM real quick, Mr. Muhammad? Just so I know I'm not gonna be able to
Yo.
get me.
Yes.
He went from his arm being broken to now his hand being broken. Alright, listen. Alright, I'm about to stop. I'm over this. I like it. It's funny. It's making me laugh because we're gonna get into more serious topics right now for the next couple of hours. So let me just crack on this real quick, y'all. It's been a little rough, and I do want to say I apologize for not coming on last night. We'll talk about it.
Oh shit!
Right now, let's get up, man. You're making a huge scene for no reason. Man.
Can I just show you my phone?
Yes.
Can I please? Y'all gonna take me home? Y'all take me.
Go ahead.
So am I gonna get out of the station?
Yes, you can get out today. You can bond yourself out.
How much?
If you don't have it yourself, we can give you an give you an I-bond. All right, but you gotta get up, man. You're making a big scene for
I'm sorry, y'all. Do you hear how? Yo, I needed this laugh. I didn't watch this video, y'all. I knew this was gonna be some bullshit. Let's put this back there. I'm sorry.
Man, come on.
Oh, I'm hurt for real. Oh, my
Come on, man. You all right? You all right? Put on your Crocs.
I need my shoes. Yes, bro. Y'all gonna let them do that to me, bro?
I'm sorry, I'm crying. Okay, I'm done.
Bro, Mr. Muhammad right here, bro.
My whole laugh is
I want to touch. Oh, my arm. I'm exciting. Hey,
I'm done.
y'all give me
I'm
money to
done.
get out, please. I don't have no money.
He said your bond gonna be $100.
Y'all
I
make sure
gotta
you
put
got
this
all my
comment
stuff.
up there. This police brutality.
I got you, man. What you acting like that for, man?
Cause, boy, y'all.
It's something so simple, man. You're gonna look back and be embarrassed like
Oh my God! I'm sorry, y'all.
Please, I'll get my book bag back.
Yes.
I'm done.
You're gonna be alright, man. Just have a seat
Can I
right
just say,
now, okay?
Mr. Mom, y'all say back to my. Ask me to give me 100. That's my boss right
Yeah,
now.
I'm finished. I can't even want to scream at this.
You can do that. You can hop in the same time.
I need this laugh.
I can take my bus car.
Oh God, Officer Terry Young.
You can talk.
Oh wait, we gotta listen to this because Officer Terry Young kind of suspect. Okay, y'all, hold up. I had to stop crying and laughing right now and put on a serious face. All right, let's listen to this because this dude done popped up on the screen, caught my damn attention. This shit is hilarious. Shout out to Dolton Documentaries. I needed this cry laugh because I've been stressed out, y'all. Something happened last night. I couldn't go live. I had to put my attention on something else. So I'm glad to be here tonight. And just God bless that He protects everybody around me. Just know that, okay? I love you guys. Let's finish play this because I got to pay attention now. Pay attention, y'all.
You can do that. You can hop in the same time.
I got my driver's license and stuff. I can take my bus car, right?
Right here.
Yeah. You can talk.
Hey, what up, young? Come on.
Right? You see what that blue? You see what that first blue driver saying? All you can do is park it right there.
Bro, I'm telling you that, man.
Hey, twins! Look out, bro! Could you make sure they look out for me?
Oh my God.
Huh?
He's the only one making the scene. My dude here, he quiet. He's like, I ain't even off this. I'm just about to take the heat silently. The other dude, he literally, I had a panic attack. My arm broke, my wrist broke. Let's finish watch this and then we're going to get to the serious business. But I think we needed this laugh, y'all. Yep.
Yeah, they got. So buddy, y'all's extended on here. The mag, they smoke. So we pull up on the workers, man. They smoke. One of them threw the mag and the other one they got a gang of weed. It's simple, man. We're gonna try to get them in and out, man. Nah, I ain't gonna tell them. What's my man's name? Yeah, one is Jason Pigment.
Yeah, Sean Pigman is fucking ridiculous, yo. They put all his government out here. He's a whole fool. Higher under Henyard, y'all. Remember this. Let me put my baby girl on the screen so y'all can remember why this is so important to play, because this is under her tenure. Let's put this amazing young lady up there. Where's she at? Let me put her on the glass. There she go. The man right there. Okay? Remember why we watching this, okay? Let's just finish watching a few more minutes and remember that these cases that we read, it's connected to her too as well. We'll keep her on the screen tonight.
That ain't the one with the gun. That was the one that's screaming like that, guys.
And the other one is Doug Slater.
Doug Slater. Yeah. Alright, I need everybody that was real quick. Hold on, guys.
Turn it out.
Who rides in this car? Just all three of y'all?
No, basically not for
No, but I mean right now, coming over there.
Yeah.
All three of y'all or
All
four of y'all?
of us, and then Yashawn.
Who is that?
Yashawn, the family with the dread.
Okay, y'all the ones that work for the township, right? Or does everybody work for the township?
We all work.
Everybody in the truck works for the
Including them other two guys we just arrested?
Not Doug. One guy that's all. Not Doug.
The one with the dread.
The chubby one with the dread. He works.
Okay, why would y'all allow somebody to put y'all job at y'all smoking on the job, smoking in township kids?
We actually, I didn't know he had none of that on him. I didn't know he was.
I mean, why wouldn't y'all know, man? Somebody that y'all messing with, right?
That's not really. We just in the car. That ain't over here.
Look,
Young lady, I seen put that in the car as I was pulling up. So
all of them work for the township, talking about they don't know what that man was doing up in there.
Tim, you sitting there, you didn't see him put that down? So you didn't see him reaching all across you had?
I seen him reaching, but I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know what he was doing in the car.
This is some
I didn't know
bullshit.
he had anything on.
Oh, wait a minute. You see where it's disconnected to? The lawn service. Don't it look like he got some lawn equipment, y'all? That's all they talk about these people getting paid, making sure they get paid, making sure the grass get cut. Is this an example of some of the people that they're hiring for the lawn care? I'm just saying. We just asking questions here. I just was like, wait, is that for the lawn?
Yeah, I want to wear that. Anyway, see me out in the grass.
I was cutting the grass.
Truth be told, man, we should be calling the tow truck cooking this as well as all y'all cooking. So what type of spot would that put y'all in?
Terrible.
Bad spot, right? What's what y'all putting us in, man? Because now I got to half do my job because it's a township vehicle. So that's ultimately what y'all are asking me to do. Y'all got weed in the car, a loaded gun in the car, extended magazine.
Wow.
Yo, that's what should be happening to this car, man. Should be calling all y'all supervisors, man. Because what we just saw today,
Wait a
y'all
minute.
represent.
Wait a minute. What the fuck did he say? He should be. He should be. Let's finish listening. Got a few more minutes. One more minute of this shit. He better.
Right?
But who you gonna call? Henyard? That's they fucking supervisor.
Like, y'all gotta do better, man. You know, your man
Wow.
running around on the ground like we just messing with.
Right.
I'm so fucking done. Let me stop, y'all. This is the best part. This is the best part.
I don't know something like that.
He like, to keep it real, I don't know him. Everybody there was like, listen, I don't know this nigga. I'm sorry, but we almost done, y'all. Shout out to Dolton documentary. Let me put this clip just down here for y'all so y'all can have it tonight. Because they did their thing with this clip. Was hilarious and sad at the same time because it's showing you what's going on in Thornton and Dolton under Henyard's tenure. This is the people who they're arguing for almost at every damn meeting. So you can't tell. The man was bold enough to be out there smoking and have the actual what is it? Because y'all know I'm not a gun expert, but have the a clip right there in the seat. They was just chilling. So you telling me that's not a tone? That's not something that's a social norm? It wasn't just these people. I'm not beat. You can't tell me that. That was too loose. Too loose.
I got it, man.
Like this, to be honest, this is first week. He just came out to right. This is second day.
Okay, so you let the dude who just started working with y'all get y'all into this, and he's sitting up in the vehicle, chilling and smoking while y'all working? This don't even sound right.
No shit. Well,
I got you, man. I ain't hard for y'all, man. I just want y'all to do better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No rules what y'all got going on for nobody.
Right.
You know?
All right, this was it. I want to say shout out to Dolton Documentary. Please like and subscribe to their page. They up and coming, doing their thing. They got as much views as us here. You know, share the love, especially if you like that type of content. And I really had to just, that was great, y'all. I'm just gonna keep it real. That lighted my heart up. That was funny as hell. That guy was acting like a fool. Yes. Extended magazine, illegal, illegal, illegal. And just have it there on. Why you need it at work though? What type of life you got to think about? Are they living out there? What's going on? There was some suggestions that they had a alleged car ring in Dolton, but you know, allegedly is alleged. But I know it's some underlying crooked stuff if the police is crooked. But this is something nobody's talking about. So I'm glad that this content creator brought this out. Says Mr. Lee brought this up in Dalton Meter. When? Please tell me, Miss Martin. Please tell me, and then we could pull it up. You know what I'm saying, on a future date. Yes, shout out to Mr. Lee. All right, so now we're about to start getting the broadcast moving. Now to the people who have the patience and the brain capacity, this is going to be basically like a presentation. We're going to go over some key things that I have found in the University of Illinois Division of Public Safety policy manual that I want to share with you guys. Looking into the police station of Dolton, wondering how they behave, where they get their policy from. It kind of like put me in the path of saying, let's get down and dirty and figure this out. Is they actually lawful in what they do, especially with the Alexis Wilson case? You know, there's some things that we wanted to highlight. I want to highlight to, you know, see where these people get the audacity and the power to do this. So I want to go into some of the training. So some of the training, this right here is a handbook that I found, and I'm still requesting under the Freedom of Information request from the training board to make sure that this is the actual up-to-date and truest copy. But I do believe this is it. This is from the University of Illinois Division of Public Safety, and this is the policy for Illinois Police Department. This is current at January 2024. So going into it, I want to go into policy 203. We're going to go into training just a little bit. We're going to skim through this, and then we're going to get into Ms. Duke's case and Officer Miles' case. And then it is some reference that I have back to this actual manual that we can't reference back. I'm not gonna rush this, y'all. We're gonna take our time, and I'm gonna cut this up for y'all because it's gonna be something that I think the Dolton residents need to know about, and also the general public. So when you're doing your research for things that's going on around you, you'll at least be able to go through manuals and, you know, pay attention to some of the details as we go through this together. All right. So what page is this? 27. And please hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like and share. Sharing is caring. You here to put in the work. All right, so hold on. Policy 203. All right, policy 203 is training. So here on the policy right here, 2 or 3.2 policy, the department shall administer a training program that will meet the standards of federal, state, local, Illinois law enforcement training and standard board. Training requirements. It is a priority for the department to provide continued education and training for professionals, growth and development of its members. So, continuing training coordinator. So, this is the chief of police. Now, if the chief of police of each department, I would assume they're talking about. And if they're talking about chief of police of Lacey Lewis to do this, baby, we know why they happening. But it says the chief of police shall designate a training coordinator who is responsible for developing, reviewing, updating, and maintaining the department training plan so that required training is completed. The training coordinator should review training planning annually. So these are some of the questions that I'm going to be asking the Dolton police as far as some of the officers who were involved in some of these untimely deaths. Okay. Now I'm showing you this because if you ever have any questions, you want to make sure that your question is going to be linked to policy. You see what I'm trying to? Like, well, according to policy 203.2, this is how it's supposed to be. Is this what your administration is doing? You see what I'm saying? This is what we get into. 305 training plan. I want to highlight that. It's just a few things I want to go over. And then I want to highlight some things that I think should change. And then once I finish that, I want y'all to just get in the comments, put your comments there. Y'all have questions, whatever y'all want to say. Y'all know I'm going to put it on the screen as soon as I get to it. That's what we do. Y'all care about what y'all say and what y'all thinking. That's why we here. All right, so now it says training plan. It is the responsibility of the training coordinator to develop, review, update, and maintain training plans and to ensure that mandated basics in service and development and required training is completed by all members as needed and required. The plan should include systematic and detailed method of recording and logging in all training for all members. So this is some of the things that should be retrievable for you guys. And y'all should have this for your particular state as well. Now, this is some of the things that I felt, that I wanted to highlight, that some of the things that I think some things should change. So right here, under the training section, it says officers must successfully complete a minimum basic enforcement training or similar approved training program within 6 months of full-time employment. So first and foremost, they should not be able to be employed without finishing their training. This is a red light to me. Okay? This is why we going through this corny shit. So y'all can know what governs the Illinois police out there and why they do what they do. Does that make sense? Officers, so they go on to say the basic training requirement may be waived if the employee is eligible for the certification by meeting training and certification standards within the perimeters, extension, and expectations set by. Now, I didn't go into this. I didn't look into this yet, y'all. So I'm going to look on what is the exception on a later date. But it was a lot of stuff that I was going to highlight here. So I'm just trying to really keep it to a minimum because I know my audience. I got to try to keep y'all enlightened, but I'm not going. So when I find out about what is their what can make them excuse from this test, I'll let y'all know. Now, moving forward, it says the state mandate test requirements every year. So every year, these officers are supposed to do this, okay? These are continued educations, just like what I have to do, continued educations as a nurse, I'm here, y'all. I'm here, I'm chilling, okay? Anyway, this is what I have to do as a nurse, continued education, and every time I step into a facility. So yearly, the Illinois police are supposed to be updated on legal updates, emergency medical response training, crisis intervention, officer wellness, and mental health. One of the main things I want to highlight is officer wellness and mental health. We're going to go into psychological evaluation and how I think that they need to be done more often. They also supposed to go into firearm restraining order act. So this is something that I'm going to get into another date, which is firearm restraining order act. This is something that's supposed to be updated yearly. And also the use of force must include scenario-based or similar training in accordance to the ILETSV mandate. So us as citizens, me being an online Dolton resident, you want to know, we already know half of the cops not passing the test, okay? But also these are other questions that you want to know. And when your new administration comes in, these are the details you want to highlight to make sure that these people are certified, that they are abiding by their continued education, and they are mentally stable. Okay, so this is what they're supposed to do yearly. Now, this is what kind of made me feel a little bit away because I do think that they should do this yearly as well. But the state mandates training requirement every 3 years for the following: constitutional and proper use of law enforcement authority. If you reread most of the court, excuse me, the cases that we have read involving Dolton and Henyard and her administration, and also Lacey Lewis. Let's put his thick ass up there. You know I'm gonna have to excite y'all. Put some ugly faces up there. Let me put his thick ass up there. Him himself. Some of the things that they said they should do every 3 years is learn about Constitution and proper use of law enforcement authority. This should be every year, not every 3 years. Okay, this is something that I think people should petition or fight to get changed. Okay, procedural justice. These are things that they have to go over every 3 years. This is shit that they need to go over every 6 months, especially people like him. Civil rights, human rights, mandatory child abuse reporting, culture competency, mental health awareness and responsibility. This is continued education for them every 3 years, in which I think they should have this annually and upon needed. Okay, training on sexual assault and sexual abuse response and reporting. So those are one of the things that we may double back on when it comes to the Fania case. But it seems like when we listen to the case officer, we're going to get a better background of what happened and Officer Miles' perspective too as well. Okay. So also they said in 3 years they should be approved to use force. They should look into approved use of force training, including policies and laws related to stop and search and officer safety techniques. They don't have to revisit this till every 3 years. This is something that needs to be revisited every year, and that should be included in what they had said before, the use of force and the live scenario based simulation that they're requiring for the police. Does that make sense? Okay, tell me, am I off, y'all? I know I go from cracking jokes and doing shit, but we're gonna have to get real here because some of these things they doing is dead wrong. So this is some of the things that I found should be yearly, and it closed off a scenario-based role playing 6 hours to de-escalate and 6 hours high-risk traffic stop in accordance to the Illinois ETSB mandates. Okay, and I think that should be every year because that's where you find a lot of faulties happening between the police and the general public through general traffic stops. You already saw the $33.5 million case caused by this dick bucket, excuse my language. I had to drop one, and his fellow officers pursued a chase, and it even goes into police chase in this manual. And they were totally out of pocket when I read that. So let me see what else I want to show you. Who is the child? Okay, I know. Okay, domestic violence, that's yearly. So they're supposed to go into domestic violence yearly. So Jim, what else I wanted to show you? Okay, all right. So let me move off from that section. And I think it's something else I want to show you. Totality of circumstances. Now, this is some of the things that I want you guys to pay attention to. Because when y'all hear it, you're not going to understand why these officers behave the way they behave because they have a certain perspective. Okay. Now this is going to go into policy 300. Okay. We're going to scroll on down. Please hit the like button and the share button if you're getting this work tonight. Basically about to switch it up. We could be cracking jokes one day and come back heavy the next day. We're going to break this live up for everyone so you guys can get this information and share it with Dolton residents as well as yourself, because you can use this as an example to learn where to get your information and how to disseminate it. That's one thing that I'm good with, learning. I'm good with learning and breaking down hard information and making it very simple. So that's why I think that I am an important role to the Dolton movement. That's why I'm your online resident. We all play a part. Now, this goes into policy 300, goes into use of force. So here we'll give you an idea of kind of like the perspective of the police in Illinois, because this is directly related to Illinois. So it goes into meaning of deadly force, feasible, and that's a reasonable capability of being done or carried out under circumstances to successfully achieve the arrest and lawful objective without increasing the risk to the officer or another person. Now, I will say that these policies does highlight that they want the officers to mitigate the risk factor between the general public and themselves. And some of them really say you're not supposed to pursue, you're supposed to stop. And it seems like these officers don't know this. So, totality of circumstances, all facts and circumstances known to the officers at the time, taken a whole, included, taken as a whole, including the conduct of the officer and the subject leading up to the use of force. So just keep in mind as well, because when I was reading into like when officers have to tell, sometimes what stopped them is basically the other officer would say you don't know the whole situation, like it's other things that you don't, that maybe you don't know about, that made me act this way. So officers act under that guise, and that's the underlying tone, and that's why some things are not reported. Does that make sense? So this goes into policy: the use of force by law enforcement personnel in the matter of a critical concern both to the public and the law enforcement community. Officers are involved on a daily basis in numerous various interactions, and when warranted, may use reasonable force in carrying out their duty. Listen, these are the mindset. This is what's behind them. Also, must have an understanding of the true apprehension for their authority and limitation. And this is what I think they're not considering. They understand their authority, but they don't understand their limitation. This is especially true with respect to overcoming resistance while engaging in performing a law enforcement duty. The department recognizes and respects the values of all human life, and I'm going to say allegedly, no disrespect, police, and dignity without prejudice to anyone, vesting officers with the authority to use reasonable force and to protect the public welfare requires monitoring, evaluation, and a careful balance of all interests. This is the foundations of their policy. So when I ask some questions, this is the shit I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna like, what? Copy and paste according to policy 342, page this. This is this. This is how you start to put your stuff together, y'all, when y'all want to present, y'all grievances. Um, Okay, duty of interceding and reporting. Now, this is talking about the officers who are on the outside. So I have to send some, love and blessing to some of the officers that's going through distress. As time go on, I'm going to be talking about the other side of this game as well. We do have officers that are under distress, and I will be sharing some of their stories with you guys. Okay, we got a few secret squirrels all around. Okay, and they're talking too. They're going through distress. So shout out to the officers who actually have a heart and care, and they're being thrown around and they see things that they can't report, or they try to report, and then they were treated like Officer Miles. What we're going to get into, his name is Miles. Let me make sure my ass. Oh, yes. Okay, I said it right. Okay, so duty to intercede and report. An officer present and observe another law enforcement officer or a member using force that is clearly beyond that which is objectively reasonable. Now, I keep saying reasonable. Now, this is what you guys need to understand about law. Law is based on reasonable circumstances that will highlight the general public's perspective or the general science, society, or culture. Like, for instance, it's not really feasible for you to go up to somebody and just smack them. That's not part of our culture norm. But let's say, like in a cartoon, is a country like that does that. So in their particular court, they wouldn't find that as a problem because smacking people is a culture norm. So based on objectively reasonable under their law and circumstances, that may not be a crime. You see how law is adjustable? And you see how law is not under God. It's just how it's applied, depending on where it's at. Let me just shut up. Let me move forward. Anyway, because God law is solid. You behave like this everywhere. Okay? Anyway, you know I got to bring God in the game. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me drink some tea. All right. So let's keep it going. Now we're going to go into the duty of the officers. These are officers that must tell, allegedly, officers or a member using force that is clearly beyond that which is objectively reasonable under the circumstances shall, when in the position to do so, intercede to prevent the use of unreasonable force. Okay, any officer who observes another law enforcement officer or a member use force that is potentially beyond that which is objectively reasonable. Remember that. Under the circumstances, should report these observations to supervisor as soon as feasible. Office shall submit a written report directly to the deputy chief within 5 days. This is what they're supposed to do, and this is what's hard for them to do. Perspective. Listen to this. Dun, dun, dun. When observing or reporting force used by law enforcement office, each officer should take into account that totality of circumstances and possibility that other law enforcement officers may have additional information regarding the threat posed by the subject. That's why officers become standoffish, because that is in their handbook. That's their law. That hey, even though you're supposed to tell, you better make sure that you know the totality, or shut the hell up. Allegedly, that's what I read from this. Okay, yeah, that must have been an amendment added on. I wonder when that was added on. So what else? They go into use of force, and they also go into alternative tactics and de-escalation. So when we go into the what case is this? There's a case that we're going to go into. I think it's Deshaun, and also I want to get into the other Williams case. We're going to get more into detail about the use of force and alternative tactics to de-escalate. And we're going to get into a little bit more because I have a lot to share. But I don't want to bore you with it. Hold on. This is one more thing I want to show y'all. This shit is dangerous. This is under the use of force that I have to show y'all. I don't care. Y'all got to listen to this. This shit right here, I don't like it. Now, this is under the use of force. Maybe we should get into it. It says officers shall use only the amount of force that is reasonable or appear necessary, given the fact that the circumstances perceived by the officer at the time of the event is accomplished by legitimate law enforcement purposes. So that threat has to be aligned with law enforcement purposes, and I would assume the law. The reasonableness of force will be judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene at the time of the incident. So it may say a reasonable person. It says officer. I don't like that. It should be a person too, because that's what the law is based on, the person, not a specific class of person. We're all under the same society. So this officers move forward. Moving forward, I'll be analyzing stuff. Any evaluation of reasonableness must allow for the fact that the officer are often forced to make split decisions about the moments of the force that is reasonable or appear necessary in particular situation. With limited information and circumstances, there are tense, uncertain, and rapidly evolving. Given that no policies can realistically predict every possible situation an officer might encounter, officers are entrusted to use well-reasoned discernment in determining the appropriate use of force in each incident. It is also recognized that the circumstances may rise in which an officer reasonably believes that it will be impartial or ineffective to use any of the tools, weapons, and methods provided by the department, meaning that they have the discretion to use other tools, like their mouth, like psychological approaches, like compassion, like empathy. Okay? Okay? They do have that discretion to use that. But the reasonable force has to be aligned with the encounter, the legitimate law that enforce the purpose of it as well. And when it comes to their perspective, so it's not going to be just their perspective, because obviously there, if we're going to talk about some of the training, they do need psychological tests. They do, allegedly, to start, but I don't know the severity of it and if they're really like, you know, using a correct scale. But we're going to learn about that in the future. Definitely on it, okay? So let's move down into alternative tactics. Now, ooh, this is what bothered me, okay? And then we're going to get into Fania Dukes. Use of force effective on arrest. Over 3305. These are some of the scenarios, but this is what bothered me right here. 303.5 carotid control hold. Do y'all fucking see this? This is why the officers think that they can grab people's neck. These are people who are not healthcare officials. They have not studied A&P, anatomy or physiology. I don't think that they should be authorized to do this and then the next technique you're going to see. Okay, carotid control hold. Carotid control hold is a technique designated to control an individual by temporarily restricting blood flow through the application of pressure to the side of the neck. You have a large blood vessel on the side of your neck. When you put your hand on the side of your neck, you're going to feel it going loop, bump, bump. That carotid is basically a blood vessel that pumps a lot of blood, oxygenated blood to your brain, okay? So what they try to do is cut off the blood flow so you can lose consciousness. But I don't think that's good. As a healthcare provider, that's dangerous. Loss of blood flow to the brain can cause brain damage. Even 2-3 minutes is dangerous. This is what they have the right to do to y'all. So the blood flow through the application of pressure to the side of the neck, due to the potential for injury, the use of carotid control holds is prohibited unless deadly force is authorized. So they can use it if deadly force is authorized. Okay? The next one that I find very alarming, respiratory restraints. Okay? Have you heard about this? I said, oh, hell no. A member shall not apply direct pressure to the throat, and they're not supposed to, windpipe, or airway of a person unless deadly force is justified. And that's what they're doing when they grab you from the back and they choke you. They're not grabbing the side of your neck. A carotid hold, you will hold the person back of their neck. Let me just show y'all. I'm going to get myself on the screen. You will hold the person back of their neck like that. And then you can hit the back of their carotid like that, because it's these two. But you never need to do this to touch, because you're literally choking their windpipe. So that's what they're saying they're not supposed to do here. Let me make this a little bigger for y'all, because y'all may not can see it. Due to the potential for injury and the use of carotid control. Oh, that I went back to carotid. I'm sorry. So this says that a member shall not apply direct pressure to the throat, windpipe, or airway of a person unless deadly force is justified. And the deadly force is going to be based on kind of like the officer's perspective. And that's the big argument, guys. You know, what are the officer's perspective? Because they have some form of implied immunity based on their perspective. But we already know that that's a major issue that y'all don't want to happen in this election. Because if y'all think the officers using deadly force now, imagine when they have immunity. So a member shall not use a chokehold or any lesser contact with the throat or neck area of another in order to prevent the destruction of evidence by ingestion. So basically, you can't grab their neck if they're trying to ingest drugs, okay? Or you just can't grab their neck. So this is some of the things that I wanted to highlight to you guys just to start off. I want to show you some facts behind how the Illinois police station are supposed to behave. As we're going into other stories, we're going to connect it. Okay, I have some other stories that we're going to do court cases, and we're going to be able to connect it. So now let's get to the nitty gritty. We're about to get into the Dukes case, Miles and Dukes case. Please hit the like button, like and share. This is going to break down the information related to Thornton and all of the shenanigans that's going on under this lady's tenure. I mean, since she's been in there, hell has broken loose. Okay? Now, let's get to it. This is a reading that I don't think no one went into, and we're going to read it for face value. Okay? So, shout out to Miss Vania. Love and blessings to you. I can see how this situation is very, very traumatizing, and my heart do go out to you. Before we actually start this reading, it's an hour into the broadcast. We're going to take a second to hear from our sponsors, and then we're going to get to it, okay? Let's hear from, let me see what we got going on. Right.
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all. Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org.